Yeah, that's a little bit better. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit more, continue on a little bit from where I was talking about how I got started in the van lifestyle. Going back to 1979, I was 19 years old, and based on a whim, just a spontaneous decision, I decided to go to Florida. I was sitting in my car. I had a friend with me. I invited him to come to Florida with me. We came to Florida. He went back home to Ohio. I stayed in Florida. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me. I have a van sitting at home in Ohio. Here I am in Florida, working, sleeping in my car. And I have this thought, I don't have to sleep in a car. You know, I can get another house. But before I get another house, I've got a van. And it'd probably be a lot more comfortable sleeping in the van. So even though the van didn't have AC, and my car did, I'm in Florida, it's hot. But even without the AC, I was thinking that it would be better to sleep in the van than in the car. So I drove back to Ohio, dropped off my car, came back to Florida in my van. There was no preparation, none. I mean, I take that back, there was a little bit of preparation. I took the tools, my drywall hanging tools, out of my car, put those in my van. The little bit of clothing that I had in my car with me, I took that out of the car, put it in the van. Maybe I got a couple other items of clothing out of the house, I don't remember. But I came back to Florida. And I'm sleeping on a lounge chair that's made for the beach and for the swimming pools. And that was my bed. Somewhere along the ways, after being in it for a while, I bought another house, a second house, a Florida home, and then I moved into the house. And I lived there for about 2 years. And then from that point, I decided to go and do the van thing one more time. But actually, I made a decision to move into the van. See, when I originally moved into a van and lived out for a few months in the summertime here in Florida, I didn't actually make a decision to live the van lifestyle. That started out, I made a decision to leave Ohio. And actually, I didn't even make a decision to leave Ohio. I simply made a decision to go to Florida. I was in Ohio, which consequently meant I had to leave Ohio in order to come to Florida. So I made the decision to come to Florida. That's how I got started in my van lifestyle. Then I went back to Ohio, got my van, and I came back to Florida and I lived out for a few months. The next story I'm going to tell you where I had a different van at a different time, and I set out on a specific purpose when I decided to move into my van and out of my house. The video is coming up. Stay tuned.